If you scream at me again, I will have you thrown out of this castle before sunrise." Lily Carter did not step back. She tightened her grip on the tray in her hands, her knuckles pale, her breath steady despite the cold that suddenly filled the kitchen. "Then maybe you should stop stealing food that is not yours," she shot back. The man leaned casually against the long marble counter, a half-eaten pastry in his hand, crumbs scattered like evidence of a crime he did not bother to hide. Candlelight flickered across his face, revealing sharp cheekbones and eyes that reflected the flames a little too brightly, a little too still. Outside, the wind howled against the stone walls of Blackthorn Castle, rattling the ancient windows as if something out there wanted in. Inside, the kitchen was supposed to be safe, warm, predictable. But nothing about this moment felt safe. The air had changed. It pressed against Lily's skin, cold and heavy, like the castle itself was holding its breath. She had seen nobles before. She had served them quietly, head down, invisible. But this man did not move like them. He did not breathe like them. And still, she refused to lower her gaze. "Put it back," she said, her voice quieter now, but no less firm. For a second, silence stretched between them. Then the man smiled. It was not kind. It was not amused. It was something older. Something that did not belong in a human face. Before continuing, comment where in the world you are watching from and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you cannot miss. Lily had taken this job because she had no other choice. 3 jobs in 2 months had not been enough to cover her mother's medical bills, and Blackthorn Castle paid more than any diner or motel ever could. The catch was simple. Do not speak unless spoken to. Do not look at the guests. And never, under any circumstances, wander the halls after midnight. Tonight, she had broken every rule. The night shift had been quiet. Too quiet. The other staff had finished early, leaving Lily alone to clean the vast kitchen, her stomach twisting with hunger she had learned to ignore. The scent of fresh bread and sugar still lingered in the air from the royal banquet upstairs, untouched trays of food meant for. Heavy footsteps grew louder behind her. One set, to take what does not belong to you. A sharp inhale came from somewhere behind her. Another guard lowered his head even further, as if bracing for something violent. But the man in front of her did not move. His eyes locked onto hers, searching, measuring, as if trying to understand something he had not encountered in a very long time. "Nothing in this castle exists without my permission," he replied calmly. Lily tightened her grip on the tray. "Then maybe you should start giving permission before you take it," she said. For a heartbeat, the world seemed to stop. Then something shifted. Not in the room. Not in the guards. In him. The amusement faded, replaced by something quieter. Something sharper. Interest. He stepped closer. Not fast. Not threatening. But the distance between them disappeared in an instant that made Lily's breath hitch despite herself. Up close, his presence was overwhelming. Cold radiated from him like winter pressing against bare skin. His eyes, no longer just reflecting the firelight, seemed to hold something deeper, something ancient and unreadable. He reached out. Slowly. Deliberately. Every guard in the room tensed. Lily did not step back. His fingers hovered just inches from her wrist, as if testing an invisible boundary. Then he stopped. His gaze flickered, just for a fraction of a second, to the pulse beating beneath her skin. And something in his expression changed. It was subtle, almost impossible to notice. But it was there. Recognition. Confusion. Something that did not belong on the face of a king who feared nothing. His hand dropped. "What is your name?" he asked quietly. Lily hesitated. Every instinct told her not to answer. But something else, something stubborn and unyielding, pushed her forward. "Lily Carter," she said. He repeated it under his breath, as if testing the weight of it. Lily Carter. The name seemed to settle into the air around them, heavy with something neither of them fully understood. Behind her, the guards remained frozen, waiting, watching, uncertain. The king straightened slightly, his expression returning to something controlled, something dangerous. But his eyes did not leave her. "From this moment on," he said, his voice carrying effortlessly through the entire kitchen, "no one is to touch her." The command hit the room like a storm breaking. "My king," one guard began cautiously. "She has already violated protocol. The punishment requires—" "I did not ask for protocol," he interrupted, his tone dropping just enough to make the torches flicker violently. "I gave an order." Silence crashed down again. Absolute. Unquestioned. The guard lowered his head immediately. Yes, my king. Lily's heart was racing now, faster than she could control. Not from fear alone, from something else. Something far more dangerous. Because she realized, in that moment, that whatever had just happened in this kitchen was not over. It had only just begun. And when the king turned away from her, his voice cutting through the cold air one final time, it confirmed everything she feared. Seal the outer gates, he said. Until I understand what she is, no one leaves this castle. The sound of iron gates slamming shut echoed through the castle like thunder rolling across stone. Lily felt it in her chest more than she heard it, a deep final sound that meant something irreversible had just been set in motion. No one leaves. The words lingered in her mind as the guards rose from their knees, their movements still precise but no longer calm. There was tension now, a sharp edge in the air. Something had shifted in the balance of power, and everyone in the room felt it. Everyone except her. Or maybe she felt it most of all. Two guards stepped forward, not touching her, but positioning themselves close enough to make it clear she was no longer free to walk wherever she pleased. Lily glanced at them, then back at the man who had just turned his back on her, as if the entire situation had already been decided. King Adrian Voss did not look back. He moved toward the far end of the kitchen, each step measured, controlled, his presence pulling the room with him like gravity. The other guards followed at a distance, silent, watchful, leaving Lily standing alone in the center of a space that no longer felt like a workplace, but a trap. Her fingers tightened around the empty tray. This was wrong. Every part of this was wrong. She had come here to work, to earn money, to survive. Not to be locked inside a castle because she told the truth to a man who clearly needed to hear it. One of the guards finally spoke, his voice low, careful. You will come with us. It was not a request. Lily,